a very popular video by Yongey Mingyo Rinpoche talks about the monkey mind. He says that what we have in our head is what he calls the monkey mind. It's always chattering, yada, 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 yada. And he says to silence that monkey mind, one needs to give it something to do. And what he suggests is to give your mind the task of watching or counting your breath. Watching your breath does give your monkey mind something to do, definitely. But it also does something much more amazing. We all live our lives unintentionally. We do things unintentionally. I'm driving this car unintentionally. I am talking to you almost unintentionally. We have conversations unintentionally. We have thoughts unintentionally. When a child is born, within a few moments, the child starts breathing. And that's when the unintentional breathing starts, and it stays with you forever. Breathing is the very core or fundamental of life. When you come to life, you start breathing. And when you stop breathing, your life ends. So to become conscious or intentional about your breathing can do magical things in your life. It can make your whole existence intentional. When you start breathing intentionally, your awareness changes, your consciousness changes, the way you think changes. But what does breathing intentionally mean? Up till now in this video, I've been breathing. And I've been breathing rather erratically and without any thought. Like my breathing is going on in the background. So if I become aware, conscious, and intentional about my breathing, I would breathe like this. What was so different about that? I took a deep breath, I inhaled, and then I held my breath for a couple of moments. And those 2 or 3 seconds are very important in intentional breathing. Because once you hold your breath, you realize or feel the absence of breath. And once you feel the absence of breath, then you start exhaling and you're fully aware of the air leaving your body. And just one of these intentional breaths can completely change your whole physiology, your emotion, your sentiment, even if for just a few moments. So once you start breathing intentionally, that is when you start observing things intentionally. That's when you start thinking intentionally. And when that happens, you start living your life with intention, with awareness, consciously, intentionally. And that's a completely different way of living from what we're used to. So let's try breathing intentionally a couple of times. Do it with me. We'll take a deep breath, we'll hold it for a moment or two, and then let it go. And mind you, I'm still driving, I'm in traffic. The only difference is, rather than breathing unintentionally, I will now breathe intentionally. I will go on doing everything else as I'm doing. It'll have no effect on my awareness of my driving. It'll all stay the same. I will just breathe differently. So let's do it. Let's do it one more time. Remember, when you start exhaling, don't rush it. Take your time. Do it slowly. Let's do it one more time. But this time, when you hold your breath, become aware of the absence of breath. Don't be scared of it. Don't be afraid. There is air in your system. All you have to do is understand the absence of air, and then feel it as the air leaves your body. One last time. Breathe in intentionally, hold your breath intentionally, and then exhale intentionally. Feeling the air, feeling your emotion, feeling your sentiments, feeling your thoughts, feeling your whole energy all the time. Let's do it one more time. So breathe intentionally, and you will live your life intentionally. And an intentional life is in the same frequency as the whole universe. Your energy, your whole vibration, your whole existence will come into sync with the intentional universe around you. Give it a shot.